Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another video. My name is Brendan. I'm the Wessex Wanderer. I'm a landscape and wildlife photographer living down here in Dorset in the UK. Now, this morning, there was going to be some sunrise photography showing some mists over the Dorset countryside from Colmer's Hill. However, I am slow in the morning, and I don't think that I'll be able to make it to Colmer's Hill and then dash up a different hill to be looking at Colmer's Hill to get the sunrise before the sun comes up. So instead, we are hightailing it down to the beach. So we're off to West Bay for a bit of sunrise photography at the coast. See you there. All right, so hello Seagull, down on a pier, and just looking out here, we've got West Bay Cliffs. I'll bring it up on the camera here so you can see what I'm talking about. Here's what we're looking at in terms of the cliffs. Now I'm thinking that we cut a bit of that water out to show some of this beautiful sky that's starting to light up over here. Now, as you can see, it's really dark in the cliffs because the sun is now rising behind them. Earlier in the year, in like January, comes up out of the sea. But now we're on the 2nd of March. So yeah, it's going to come up directly behind the cliffs. I've got the drone, if we need, to send up as well, which I might do in a moment. But I just want to capture some of this pre-dawn light. Sunrise still isn't for another 20 minutes. This is my first photo that I've taken in 2025 of landscape photography. I've been kind of struggling to feel inspired. It maybe is an obvious shot, but I want to do it. I'm going to pop a filter on because I want to smooth out some of the water here, give us an ethereal, mirror-like quality. This is one of K&F's ND filters. It's part of their magnetic filter kit, so I don't need to bother screwing it on. Just whack it next to the magnet holder, and we're good to go. Much easier than having to bother with threads. Okay, with a ND filter on, we're now at 20-second exposure, f11, ISO 250. Here's the shot. I always love sending a drone up into the sky. I'll bring up what it's seeing now. It's just always so beautiful. So yeah, send the drone up, take some photos of the cliffs. I know it's the obvious shot, but it's so breathtaking. These cliffs aren't going to be here that much longer on the grand scale of things. We get cliff falls, what, 1 a week, sometimes 2 a week, and they're getting pretty bad. For that reason, I'm not walking down under them today. There is a couple who are just set up down below me on the sand down here, where I wanted to set up, but they got here first. So fair play to them. My fault for mucking about in terms of packing everything. It pays to be prepared. Pack your stuff the night before, guys. Right, just bringing the drone back now. Hi, Desk Brendan here. As you can see, this is not West Bay. I am at the computer currently putting the video together, and I've just discovered that my sound for my final 3 clips didn't work. Cut out. I think my mic wasn't charged up enough. Essentially, I just failed to prepare. And that was sort of a theme for a lot of the morning. I didn't get out on time. I didn't consider my shots. If I'm honest, I am happy with the shots that I got. I'll put more of those up on the screen now, just as I talk. A selection of the cliff from down on that pier and some of the ones with the drone, which I really did enjoy. But essentially, once the sun came up, the color was all gone and I was really cold. So I hightailed it back to the car, and that was essentially the end of that morning. I came away happy I'd been out, but disappointed with myself photographically. I made the wrong decision, I felt, in going to West Bay. So I set my alarm for 5 a.m. the next morning and decided to go to Colmer's Hill. See you there. Good morning again, everyone. So, another day, another sunrise. Now, this morning I have made it out early enough to get to Colmer's Hill. I'm currently walking up Hell's Lane, or near Hell's Lane, which is an old sunken road that runs up to the base of it. Sunrise is just under an hour off. Tiny bit of light starting to creep into the trees. You can't see it in this, it is still really dark. So I'm gonna head up this road and I'll catch up with you on the hill. There's just a little bit of colour starting to appear in the sky. That's Colmer's Hill there. Well, we're on the hill now, just at the base. We're going to be heading this way to a different hill. So we can be looking out east at that with the sun rising. Hope that I'm early enough today. We've still got negative temperatures at night, down to -2, I think, here last night. The ground is completely hard, frost, and beautifully glittery. We're up on the hill now, and Colmer's is just back there. The camera is probably sending its ISO up through the roof to try and brighten this. Looks bright on the screen. It's still really dark. It's beautiful though. A bit near the top of this hill behind me. That's why I will look out east at the rising sun. There's some clouds above us that should be able to catch some of the colour. It's a beautiful pre-dawn sunrise at the moment. Setup time. So I do this. So obviously yesterday I was out at West Bay for sunrise, and it was the first time I'd been out in a long time to do some photography. I didn't really know what to do. It was also the first time I'd filmed for YouTube in a really long time. I didn't think about my composition. I struggled to connect my camera settings. I even kind of forgot some of how to use my camera, 5D Mark III, and that made me quite sad, if I'm honest. I just hadn't been out in a really long time. January or February, so 2 months. And in December, I can't quite remember what I was doing, photography-wise. And my excuse would be that we haven't had inspiring weather in the UK for ages. Absolute ages. I got really sick in February. But these are also just excuses. I could have gone out and photographed woodlands. They're brilliant to do on grey, misty days. I just didn't. And I wish I had. Anyway, let's get some photography. Got the 5D Mark III set up here with the 24-70. It's going with the standard zoom at the moment. I'm gonna look for a composition, and if I find one, I'll deal you back in. I've got something framed up here. We've got bracketed shot because of how much dynamic range there is in the scene, and that's giving us an initial shot of 1 second, 1.3 seconds, f11, ISO 50. Here we go. Just whilst the camera's taking some shots, I'm just setting the drone up and just thinking about how amazing getting out at sunrise is for you. I'm a sleeper, or I used to be before I became an adult and the stresses of life took that away from me. But waking up at sunrise is hard. It's not natural for me. And yesterday morning when that alarm went off at 5:30, I considered staying in bed. And then when I went out, did the video, took the photos, and it wasn't quite what I was looking for, I didn't feel dispirited. And that was because being out at sunrise had just been such a beautiful experience. And it kind of spurred me on to come out today. One, because I wanted to see if I could get some more shots. I felt I made the wrong decision going to the beach, so I wanted to come to Colmer Hill. But second, because the sunrise had just been so beautiful, even if I didn't manage to capture it properly. Being out and experiencing it just put me in a good mood. Today's a Monday, so I have work after this. But I was still motivated to set my alarm for 5:15 in order to get out here in time. Anyway, we're going to send the drone up, see what we can see. So Colmer Hill sits in southwest Dorset, just outside of Bridport by the sea. It's an amazing place, and it's this really conical hill with some Scots pine trees on top and all this bracken surrounding it. It really sticks out in the landscape. We've got loads of hills around here, but this one feels special. And I feel really lucky to live so close to it that I can just head out. You know, yeah, wake up early for sunrise, but it's not an arduous journey by any means. changed composition. I've come further down the hill, and I've put the 17-40 on just to give me a bit of a wider framing. So I'm now out at, I can't see the millimeters. Okay, I'm out at 24 still, but I wanted the option to be able to go wider because we have some clouds sweeping over the top, which I couldn't get from where we were. So I'm just going to frame this up. And again, I'm going to exposure bracket it to enable us to get all those shadows which are on the side that we're on. And behind it, we've got those beautiful sunrise colors. Okay. 2-second timer. There's the first one. And now, just doing this manually so I can control on the live screen. Second one, just going to do 2 images instead of a 3-image exposure bracket. Okay, and that will be coming up on your screens now. Heading back up to my stuff now. Left it further up the hill. What a beautiful morning. Now, I think I'm going to end that video there. I need to get back home quickly before work. Even if those photos haven't come out amazingly, I've obviously not seen them properly yet. I'm so pleased to have been out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. It really helps boost it in the YouTube algorithms. And leave a comment and subscribe if you want to see more from me next time. Until then, take care.